Hi, today's video is going to give you some real truth about weight loss. I am sharing with you 5 weight loss mistakes that I have made so far this year. As I'm recording this video, it's April of 2022, and already in 2022, I have made a ton of weight loss mistakes, and I am going to share them with you. I'm Sarah from The Holy Mess, and I am currently maintaining a 130-pound weight loss. And I have been maintaining over a 100-pound weight loss for almost 2 decades now, about 17, 18 years. I've been maintaining my weight loss. So today's video is all about keeping it real, and I'll be honest, my butterflies are going a little bit. I'm a little bit nervous because I'm going to tell the truth here. So the good, the bad, and the ugly about my weight loss. So why am I telling you, kind of bearing my secrets here of the things that are not so great about my weight loss? Well, first of all, I believe in keeping it real. My website's called The Holy Mess for a reason, because I'm a mess, you're a mess in some ways, and that's okay because we're here together to support one another. Also, I'm real. I keep it real with you guys. If something is the truth, I tell it to you. I'm not some far up clouds in the sky guru. I'm not a super buff fitness person. I'm in really great shape, but I'm a real person just like you. I'm a mom. I went through menopause last year. I have 5 kids. I buy most of my groceries at Walmart. So I'm a real person. Also, I want you to know that you don't have to be perfect to maintain your weight loss, to even lose weight, to get to your goal weight. This was a big mistake that I made when I was early in my weight loss journey. I didn't even really realize I was doing it, but subconsciously I had this idea that once I got to my goal weight, I had to be pretty close to perfect or I wouldn't be able to maintain. And I ended up actually self-sabotaging a lot because I thought, well, who wants to be perfect? I can never be perfect. You know, am I not going to be able to eat chocolate? Am I not going to be able to go out to Dairy Queen and get a Blizzard? You know, I wanted to be able to enjoy some of those things. But what I didn't understand is that you can still make mistakes and be at your goal weight. I weigh right at 120 pounds. I'm 5'3", and so I'm actually well below what my Weight Watchers goal weight is, and loving life at this weight and feeling really good, even though I've made the mistakes that I'm going to share with you now. Now, before I finish too, I have a brand new weight loss opportunity that I want to share with you. I've never done this before. It's a brand new weight loss challenge, so make sure that you pay attention for that too, because you are not going to want to miss it. All right, let's talk about the 5 mistakes. Here we go. Stepping out of my comfort zone. My heart's going a little bit. Number 1 weight loss mistake I've made in 2022 is that I overeat. This is something that I'm working on. I'm not proud of it, but I do it. I still overeat sometimes. So overeating can be eating over my food plan. Mostly I use Weight Watchers. I do track every day, but sometimes I use MyFitnessPal and track calories, and I go way over. My numbers look like they're in the red or in the negative numbers. I've eaten 50, 60 Weight Watchers points in a day, which 19 is what my goal is supposed to be. Blown through all my weekly points and still overeaten. I've also eaten past my body signals. For me now, maintaining for so long, this is even more important to me. I don't want to eat past what my body is telling me fullness is. And I've worked really hard to figure that out, because for the longest time, especially coming from a history of being a binge eater, I didn't even really know what fullness was. I just kept eating and eating until I really almost couldn't physically eat anymore. But I've worked really hard to learn how to stop, how to do some mindful eating. But sometimes I go over that because food tastes really good and I still want to eat it, or because other people around me are eating, or because I emotionally want to eat it. I've come really far with my emotional eating, but I still eat emotionally sometimes. So one of my biggest mistakes is that I still overeat sometimes. So I would love to hear from you in the comments. Have you assumed that if you overeat, sometimes you can't be at your goal weight? I would love to hear from you about that, because that's what I used to think, and it's just not true. Number 2 mistake that I've made is fudging on the tracking, fudging on my tracking. Now, this is a big one I am working on in 2022. I didn't have like a word for the year or necessarily like a specific New Year's resolution, but I did have a goal that in 2022, I want to be honest. I want to be an honest person. I want to be honest with myself. I want to be honest in relationships. I want to be honest in business and with money. And part of that for me was being very honest with tracking. So in years past, this is what my tracker looked like. Perfect on Monday, perfect on Tuesday, pretty good on Wednesday, mostly there on Thursday, maybe not so much tracking on Friday, and Saturday and Sunday were blank, and then I'd start over again on Monday. And you can guess why that is. It's not because I was eating perfectly and just not tracking it. It's because when I would overeat, I would stop tracking. The other thing that would happen is that I would pre-track, so that's tracking in advance, usually for me the night before, and what I tracked looked beautiful, but that's not what I actually ate. So my goal for this year has been to be as absolutely honest with tracking as I possibly can. And it's so funny, isn't it? Because nobody sees my tracker. It's just me. So why do I feel like I can't be honest with it? There is something about honesty that is so challenging yet so freeing. So I'm really working on this. It's progress. I'm much more honest now than I was a few months ago and certainly a few years ago. But sometimes, it even takes me like a day or two to go back and be totally honest about how much I ate. So I would love to hear from you in the comments. Can you relate to this? Are you an on again, off again tracker? And when you get off, why do you not track? And be really honest with yourself. It's probably not because you run out of time. It probably has to do with your food choices. Okay, the number 3 weight loss mistake that I've made is a little tougher to talk about, but it's that I've been weight obsessed. The last couple of years, I lost some more weight. I was at my goal weight with Weight Watchers for many years, which is, well, actually, even before that, I was a little bit over my goal weight. And then I got to my goal weight with Weight Watchers. I got to goal, lifetime, using some of the guidelines that we follow in our Faithful Finish Lines 2.0 program. And then I switched to a whole food plant-based diet last year, not to lose weight. I was trying to heal some digestive issues that I had, and I lost even more weight. And that's when I got down to 120 pounds. And I have to tell you guys, that felt really, really good. It was really exciting to get to that weight. It was a weight I never thought I would achieve in my whole entire life. I felt great at that weight. I could buy some new clothes at that weight. It just felt really awesome. But I would also say I got a little obsessive about my weight, and not in such a healthy way. I do weigh myself every day, which for me is not a bad thing. I find it gives me accountability. It helps me if I start to see myself gaining. I can turn it around really quickly. But this is hard for me to admit. It's humbling, but I have to be honest that I was prideful about that number. And so as a Christian, this is an area where I have needed to turn to God and be honest with Him that I don't want anything to come above Him in my life, including my weight. So this is what I'm thinking about my weight now. I want it to be a priority, but not an obsession. Priority, but not obsession. So can you say that out loud with me? Because I bet that's important for you too. Say it. It's okay if other people are around you. Say priority, not obsession. That's how I would like to think you to think about your weight as well. It is important. There's some things in our culture today that make it seem like weight doesn't matter, and it is just a number, but it's an important number. It's the same way your blood pressure is just a number, but it's an important number. If it's really, really high or really, really low, your doctor is going to be concerned because there are medical possible ramifications with that. And it's the same way with your weight. We want to be as healthy as we possibly can. So you want to make it a priority, but not an obsession. Number 4 mistake that I've made, I've slipped back into using some artificial sweetener. Those of you who follow me know that I gave up a major Diet Coke obsession, addiction. I think addiction is the right word. I was seriously addicted to Diet Coke. Now, I want you to know that this is not a deal breaker when it comes to weight loss. I lost 100 pounds drinking 3, 4, 5 Diet Cokes a day. So can you lose weight while you're drinking or using artificial sweetener? I believe yes. But I will also say it took giving up artificial sweetener to comfortably get to my goal weight and be able to stay there. And I think that the reason is because for me, and this may not be true for everyone, but for me, it increases my appetite. So this last year, I was diagnosed with a rare medical condition called sucrose intolerance. My body does not tolerate table sugar. It's lacking the enzymes to digest it, as well as starch and quite a few other foods. So regular sugar is 100% completely off the table for me at this point in time until my digestion heals. And I don't know about you, but I like sweets and I like junk food. And so I've gone back to using some artificial sweetener once in a while. I still have to be careful about what I can digest. So it's not ideal, and I've definitely found that I do think it increases my appetite, and so I would love to get back off of it as soon as I can, and just use as little of it as I possibly can. And I want to say too, when I say artificial sweetener, I don't mean like just saccharin and stuff. I mean like natural sweeteners too, like stevia and monk fruit. I think those are still, they might be a little better for you because they come from plants, but they're still concerning because you're taking in something sweet that doesn't have calories and it messes with your brain. So when I say artificial sweetener, I'm really talking about any type of sweetener, non-nutritive, I think that's how you say it, sweetener, that doesn't have calories but gives you sweetness. Okay, so those are 4. I've got one more. Number 5 is a big one, but before I get to number 5, I want to share my big announcement with you. So there is a brand new weight loss challenge coming. It is called the Holy Mess Summer Weight Loss Challenge, and I would love to invite you to join it. Now, enrollment isn't open yet at the time that I am recording this video, but it will be really soon. Enrollment is going to open mid-May, and the challenge goes June 1st through 30th in 2022. And if you're watching this video much later than that, like on YouTube, I apologize, but come to theholymess.com because my hope is that this will be the first of many weight loss challenges, and you can join us for the next one. So how does this work? Well, the challenge, first of all, is at an extremely reasonable price. It's going to be $49, and it's easily worth several $100s. It takes place in the month of June, so 30 days, and during that 30 days, you are going to get tons of accountability to lose weight. We are going to have a private Facebook group where you will have the opportunity to check in daily. Yes, that is right. Daily. Check in and share your food log and tell us how you're doing. You are going to get a weekly weigh-in. Every week on Wednesday, we're going to weigh in. And then weekly videos with me where you can ask absolutely any question on any topic and I will answer you. So whether that's weight loss during menopause, stress eating, night eating, weekend eating, binge eating, how to manage your calories, how to manage going out to eat, whatever topic you have, nothing's off limits. You can ask me during these videos, and the videos are exclusive to people who are in the group. So this is the printable action guide that you will receive as soon as you join, and there is so much goodness in here, but let me just point out a couple of things. For each week of the challenge, you're going to get a checklist that looks like this. So if you are a check person like me, that you're going to be so happy with this challenge. And I'm going to give you the activities that you need to do for weight loss and the ones that you don't, the ones that you totally don't need to worry about. Then every week in June, you're going to track your weight loss progress and you are going to see success. I am expecting that the people who join this challenge will lose 6 to 10 pounds during the month of June because of the accountability and support that they are going to receive. So watch for that coming up. Sign up begins middle of May, ends at the end of May, and then we get rolling in June, and I hope that you will join me. And I can't remember if I said the price, but it's going to be $49, and that is an introductory low price. I'm expecting that the price will absolutely go up for future challenges, but because this is the first one, you can get in on the ground floor, and it's only $49, which is phenomenal, a phenomenal price for getting that kind of support with a group, with an expert, with the printables that you get. $49, less than $50. You totally can't go wrong. Okay, let me share number 5. Number 5 is the weight loss mistakes that I have made in 2022 is pity parties. I can throw a pity party for one like you wouldn't believe, y'all. And guess what? Nobody else wants to come to our pity parties, so they're just really not much fun party time. I'm really good at feeling sorry for myself. And it holds back my weight loss and just kind of makes me miserable in general. So tell me if you can relate to any of this, feeling like, oh, poor me, I have to eat this salad while everybody else gets to order burgers, or I can't eat this, or everyone else gets to eat this, or why does blah 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 have so many calories, or why do restaurants make their portions so big, or why do they make their food taste so good, or why does my mother-in-law always make that pie that has 5,000 calories in a slice? Can you relate to any of these pity parties? If you can, would you please say me too in the comments so I don't feel like I'm the only one who falls into these? Between the sucrose intolerance that I mentioned and having to follow a special diet for medical reasons and trying to maintain my weight loss and just generally life in general, the challenges of eating in a healthy way in our culture, it's been really easy for me to feel sorry for myself. But it's not doing myself any favors, because when we slip into pity parties, we really tend to want to rebel and self-sabotage because we think that we're the victim instead of feeling empowered. So the way that I am challenging pity parties is that I am working on gratitude. And I'm very intentional about this. Every morning when I have my quiet prayer and devotion time, I write 5 things that I'm grateful for that day, and I try to include something that has to do with my weight loss journey. I focus on what I can have, not what I can't have. I focus on what's going right, not what's going wrong. And I would encourage you to do that too. So in conclusion, these were my 5 weight loss mistakes that I've made so far in 2022. And remember that it's only April of 2022, and already I have made all these mistakes, but I am still maintaining at my goal weight, and you can make mistakes too. You don't have to be perfect. You can still get to your goal weight, and you can stay there for the rest of your life. I've overeaten sometimes. I've fudged on my tracking sometimes. I've been weight obsessed. I've used artificial sweeteners, and I've had some pretty big pity parties. But I've still maintained my weight loss, and I feel so confident that you can lose weight, you can get to your goal weight, and you can stay there for the rest of your life. Now, if you're feeling a little bit doubtful about that statement, like, I just don't know if I can ever get to my goal weight, I want you to know that I believe in you. And if you don't quite believe it yet, I'll just believe in it for you until you get there, because I absolutely know that it's possible. And I want to encourage you that when it opens mid-May, come and join me for the Summer Weight Loss Challenge, because it is going to be awesome. And it's going to be a great way for you to kickstart your weight loss for the summer and to move closer to that weight loss goal that you have, that I know that you can do and be successful. I'm Sarah with The Holy Mess. Thanks for watching.